Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Bombs Away!
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Woo!
What'd you think?
You guys like it?
All right. So how many people, that was their first time watching it? Wow. Okay, so by a round of applause, favorite movie ever now? There you go. Nice. So normally how we start the show is we give a couple stats of what you saw, and we also do taglines. There's no taglines that I could find for this movie.
Oh!
Yeah, so we're just going to go right into the stats.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a budget of $60,000,
It's more than I've ever had.
no reported gross, with 3 alien zombies, 1 Dracula, 1 female vampire, 2 skeletons, 3 flying saucers, multiple explosions, 4 deaths, and a 4 on IMDb, and a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's 1959's Plan 9 from Outer Space. Let's drop some bombs!
And remember, my friend, future events such as these will affect you in the future.
Turn off your electro gun! No!
Then they attacked a town. A small town, I'll admit, but nevertheless a town of people. People who died.
Well, let's go down and find out whose grave it is.
How? By going down and finding out.
You see? You're stupid minds! Stupid! That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you jerk!
Welcome to Bombs Away, ladies and gentlemen, the only podcast recorded inside a projection booth, but also here in front of a live studio audience, which is you. Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah!
This movie
Is great.
Oh, so you're going to be on the defensive all night?
I love this movie.
Okay, do tell.
Unironically.
How come? Good. Why?
This is what I've been hyping up this whole time that I was going to defend this movie.
Yes.
When it comes to Ed Wood, for me personally, there's much worse out there. This guy had no money whatsoever, and he just wanted to make movies, and that's all he wanted to do. And as we just saw, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, he is every independent film student nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But without any budget whatsoever.
Yeah, I would much rather watch this than like Transformers 5.
Well, anybody would rather watch this
Yeah,
than Transformers 5.
Exactly.
But same plot, so. It just completely doesn't make any sense.
Just reviving dead careers.
Yeah. I was going to do a Wahlberg thing, but I didn't remember what I was going to say. So, yeah, no. So there's some interesting things about this film in the making of.
Yes.
And there's a couple things I want to touch on here. One is that, and you saw it in the Ed Wood footage that we just played, a little background of it. This film, the 60,000, came from a Baptist church.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. It came from a Baptist church, and they felt that the original title, Grave Robbers from Space, which they say in the beginning of the movie...
Oh, yeah, almost as if it's like, oh, wait, Criswell, that's not the title anymore.
Shit, we already spent money on it. Fuck it.
Hey, watch your language. There's a little one in the audience.
Oh, where?
We apologize.
Oh, hey!
What'd you think of the film? Yeah? Okay, we'll watch our mouth. Okay?
But yeah, it was originally Grave Robbers from Space. The choir felt, or the Baptist church felt, it was way too like grotesque for the title. So they said, "Why don't you just go with Plan 9 from Outer Space?" And obviously, from the clip you saw, Ed Wood was not down with that.
No, not at all.
No.
There's some other interesting things that I learned as we go into it. If anybody saw our lobby decorations, we made our flying saucers with pie plates.
Yes, pie tins.
It actually turns out that's not how it went. That's a myth.
No, yeah.
Okay, he actually went out and got like Ertl like kits and tried his best to at least make flying saucers.
Yeah, except for the space boob.
Yeah,
that's very clearly.
I thought it looked like a sunny side egg.
No, it's like one of those oh god, what's it called? It's like an '80s toy, like not an '80s.
Oh, the thing you used to bounce on.
You like close your feet on it and jump on it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Space booby.
Yeah. So the film starts out with Criswell, who was a
magician,
psychic or some sort. He had his own television show back then.
Yeah, that's what they called him.
Hairdo. And I put it in the intro. I thought it was a very interesting. The future events such as this will have future consequences.
But anyway, let's take it to the past.
But also, that's how the future works. It's called the butterfly effect, sir.
Yeah. The opening of this is very weird because you're given a lot of information. You are left with less information than you came in from.
So it's presented as supposed to be basically the tales that are documented from the people that experienced it.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
It's supposed to be first-hand encounters of what happened, but yikes.
I mean, one could say that you could argue that what we're watching is footage that they then filmed, and they're just not good at it.
It's a Blair Witch Project kind of thing. The Blair Plan 9 from outer space.
So I also like we said, he says Grave Robbers from Outer Space is the title, even though we know it's Plan 9.
Yeah.
And then the effects on the gravestones, Bela Legosi doesn't even get his own gravestone.
Yeah.
Right? Almost as if they ran out of money to do the gravestone effect. Also, the fade in, fade out doesn't even give a chance to it's vampire, Tor Johnson. It's
good. The credits, I found my new favorite thing on this is the billionth time I've seen this movie. I love this movie. But I just now noticed the wardrobe was done by Dick Cheney. So, that's the guy's name, Dick Cheney.
For real?
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Oh, I thought...
No, dead serious, Dick Cheney.
I just thought they just all didn't look good, and it's because Dick Cheney can't see, and he just shoots people.
Yeah. I'm here for my fitting. Thought you were a turkey.
So, the movie continues on with two pilots. And anybody see this cockpit? Do we have a shot of the cockpit?
Let me ask you, Tim, you ever seen a cockpit before?
Okay, look at this. Look at this, all right? So you basically have a curtain, right? You have this guy right here who's never flying. He's just sitting and looking out a window at all times. And then, can you see in the shot what their joysticks look like?
It's just like a piece of cardboard that's sitting in front of them.
It's so ridiculous, and their dialogue makes no difference to this film.
No.
They'll sit there and they'll have a rapport. And Danny's a creepo. He's straight on hidden on stewardess before the shift's even over. But I love that scene too where he's like, "Hey, we're gonna touch down in Albuquerque," and she straight up has been prepping for him to ask her out for so long that she's like, look, this is what the deal is. Albuquerque closes early. It's 4 a.m.
9 p.m. It's closed. Bedtime.
Don't ask again, Danny.
Shoot. Struck out. Anyway, how's it going? Yeah, so about Albuquerque,
Yeah, he straight up has a plan, but it seemed like she had a plan too.
Yeah.
I'm fully prepared for Danny to ask me out again. If he asks me tonight, I'm going to tell him what's up. I'm going to tell him the schedule of Albuquerque.
She's standing on the other side of that piece of cardboard, just oh, God, yeah, I'm ready. Danny's going to ask it today.
He just gets off the plane. If only I'd made that left turn at Albuquerque.
I can get us there faster.
So, at this point, they see a spaceship.
Cigar.
Yeah. Well, they say it's a cigar-shaped spaceship, and I'm like, no, that's Skinwalkers. But yeah, everybody's describing it as cigar shaped, and it's not that.
No, that's the most like the weirdest. Like, what cigars have you guys seen that are shaped like a plate? Those are like the cigars my dad used to smoke.
I was thinking, well, they look like the ashtrays I put my cigars in. So
damn.
They see one in their window, and that's when like a gust of wind enters the cockpit.
Yeah, and so does the shadow of a boom mic. If you didn't notice, in the top of the scene, as the light passes by, the shadow of the boom mic crosses the screen.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, it's great. And like I said, there's one of the reasons why this movie's so endearing to me, because as you saw, Ed Wood was just like, oh, we screwed up, whatever, put it in the film.
Yeah. No, that's exactly how it went down. So at this point, now we're introduced to a grave scene, right?
Yes.
Like basically, they're mourning Bella Legosi as a character.
But they are mourning Bela Legosi. Because for those of you who don't know, I just wanted to give you a little Bela Legosi backstory history here. He's dead in this movie. He is long dead.
Oh, I thought you were letting people know he is now currently dead.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, yeah, he was dead while this movie was being made.
Originally, it was like Ed Wood knew he was going to die.
Yes.
And pre-filmed the footage and was like, I'll just write something around what you do.
Yeah. So he's long dead. And if you're also wondering and scratching your head, why is Bela Legosi in this god-awful movie? It's because, and this is what my little history thing about him is, after doing Dracula, he thought he was the hottest thing in Hollywood and turned down a film role that ruined his career. He was offered Boris Karloff's part in Frankenstein and said, does the character speak? And they said no, and he said, no thank you. And then Boris Karloff became a huge star, and then Bela Lugosi became addicted to morphine.
It's cool, because if you go to any Monster Palooza, his son will just sign something for you.
Yeah, that's my dad.
I just always think it's funny. You'll go to those and be like, yeah, I was his offspring.
I saw Bela Legosi on the street once. Want me to sign your shirt?
So now they do the funeral, and then the narrator basically is like doing this voiceover of like Bela Lugosi coming out of his house, and he's like, it's the sundown of his heart. It's the sundown on his love.
The only roses left, reminding him of the rosy cheeks of her. Jeez.
And then it goes like he left his house never to return, and then gets hit by a car.
Gets hit by a sound effect.
And then the film just freezes.
Yes, and again, a cool little blunder here, actually. As the car hits him, you can still see that he is very clearly standing on the other side of the street because his shadow is in the street, and the car just drives over his shadow.
And so now they show Vampira, right? Vampira. For the first time, right?
Yeah.
And they're like mourning his wife, right? And I'm like, that was his wife? I mean, robbing the cradle, sir. I mean, grave robbers.
Grave robbing the cradle. Oh, no.
I mean,
good for him.
And so what I don't understand is that, like, yes, that was her, like, that was her image, that was her look, but and I guess Wood wanted her in the film, but like doesn't fit anything that's going on.
No, and apparently she was super adamant that she was going to be Vampira in the film. You see that she's credited as Vampira, and actually asked for a non-speaking role. That was her big thing, was like, I don't want to talk.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anybody to like rip me off like 30 years from now.
Yeah, I don't want some lady with dark hair and big boobs to sit on a couch and take my whole shtick.
Sorry, we love you, Elvira. It's fine.
I'll sue her in the 80s.
And so now Bella Legosi's dead, and she's dead, and then I think we have a shot of this too, is the tiny crypt.
Everyone's like, oh, goddamn.
Literally everybody has to squat down to get into this tiny crypt. Yeah, look at this. Like, why did they build this? Like, why did they build this mausoleum at all, considering, like, this is the only scene it's in, right? It's not like...
Well, it's always in the background, but it's like, they built it, and then they were like, damn, why did we build this? Because there's a line, and then things like, why was he buried in this, but her on the ground? Family tradition.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks for that.
Yes.
Also, this shot is perfect because I was really confused about the perspective of the building because of the shadow at the top of it. It looks like the roof is on crooked, but it's just the shadow. It's odd.
Well, they built it wrong, right?
It was originally for Wizard of Oz.
Oh, sir.
For the Munchkin funeral.
That's right. These are the jokes, folks.
Funeral Guild. The Funeral Guild.
I didn't catch my breath.
But yeah, this mausoleum is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I almost asked you to build one up here.
It's like Spinal Tap. They asked for a bigger one, but they wrote down all the measurements wrong. So this is what they got. And they're like, "Damn, we got to work with it."
So I love also in this scene this lady that's coming out here. She's like, "Tell me why the wife was buried in the ground and he was buried in a crypt." And he's just like, "I don't know, something to do with like superstition or something." Maybe sexism, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. And she's just like, oh, okay, makes sense, check us out, thanks.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, so anyway, like, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think I left the stove on.
And those people are never seen again.
Thank God.
But not before seeing 2 dead bodies of the gravediggers.
Yes, oh man, we forgot about the gravediggers, because those guys are cool. They're like, what was that? I don't know, but I don't want to see it again. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for being here.
They're the first people to get it right in a horror movie.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, that was scary. Let's get the hell out of here. But that guy died such a comfortable death, it appears. He's just like, this move? Need my beauty rest. Also, how did this funeral progress throughout the entire thing without them seeing these bodies, the dead bodies, in a grave 2 feet away from the mausoleum? They're walking in, they were like,
in the mausoleum doing the whole funeral.
They just closed their eyes on their way in, like, don't see that body, don't see that body. They walked by, they're like, oh man, dead bodies, but we got a funeral to go to, we'll be back.
Do you see that ribless chick out there? Yeah, I don't want to see her again. I'm just gonna not look over there. Yeah, she looks like that Barbie doll woman that took her ribs out.
Oh yeah,
it's very interesting because I don't think she had surgery to do any of that.
No, I think she used waist trainers and corsets, and it really messed up her health. Her guts were all jacked up.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So they see the bodies. They call the police. The police get into their car and take off. And then I guess it took them all night to get there because they're speeding in a daytime shot. And then they get there and it's nighttime again. Right? But then the announcer goes, the police showed up almost immediately. Well, that's typical police.
It was a really bright patch of street. It was just big lights on it.
Yeah. So then Tor Johnson shows up.
Yeah.
Good old Tor Johnson.
Professional wrestler Tor Johnson.
Well, he definitely wasn't a professional linguist.
No. He's Swedish or something like that.
All I know is it was completely unintelligible.
Medical examiner. All right. Yeah, he left.
Yeah, you don't want to go in there alone. I'm going there alone. I'm so sleepy.
I'm going to be honest, sir. I have no clue what you're saying.
Right? Also, why did that one police officer look like Adam Devine?
No, those two police officers remind me of the police officers in Halloween 4. Or is it Halloween 4 or 5? 5. The like doofus ones that every time they show up, the music's like.
Yeah, they're like Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers.
Yeah,
like,
just idiots.
And so now Tor Johnson
Mumbles at them.
Well, he leaves, right?
Yeah.
And this is when like a spaceship, like once again another light, just blows everyone down.
Yeah, and then there's that couple in front of the German expressionist film picket fence in their backyard.
Oh, the fence! I got the fence. Check this out. What is wrong with this fence? What?
It was left over from the cabinet of Dr. Caligari. They were like, yeah, German expressionism, they'll get it.
I would like my fence to be made out of weeping willow.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of choice that was.
Do you have fence made out of cornfields? What? I mean, guys. Tor, make fence. It is embarrassingly poorly made.
The thing for me though is that what just cracks me up is like it's all a uniform height. So
yeah,
did they just buy really bad lumber? Like it's just like this lumber sat out in the sun for 17 years and in the water, and you guys can have it for free. We don't really care.
Yeah. So I mean,
the wicker furniture is cool.
What's that?
I like the wicker furniture.
Yeah. So now they have a dialogue being like, so the government told me not to talk about this, so I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah, the government said no, but I saw a UFO. It was scary. Government told me and the 30 people on the flight not to tell anyone about this. They didn't make us sign anything, though, so you know. Here it is.
Yeah. So now they also get the blast.
Yeah. Yeah. This movie loves very loud sound effects.
Yes. No, it's super loud, right? And then
there's an intern backstage with a flashlight just going across, and it kills everyone.
That's how they did it.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't knock down Tor, right?
No, he's too big.
But I guess he sees Vampira.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And dies.
That is scary. Where's her waist? It's such a juxtaposition between small her and just big barrel.
When she sucked every life force out of him in order to survive.
Yes. Sustenance.
And then he's dead, right?
Thank God we don't have to hear him talk anymore.
Yeah. And then almost immediately they're like, I guess we got to throw together an impromptu funeral.
Thank God this hole was dug earlier.
Yeah. Because immediately they're doing a funeral for him.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just awfully confused as I don't know if it's him being like I didn't have enough time or footage or editing problem, but literally there's so much over explanation and expository dialogue for things that are pointless. But then things like this is just get right to it. Just go.
Yeah. We will explain how we're going to blow the sun up, but anyway, just chuck him in that hole in the ground. It'll be good.
Yeah. So at this point now, the movie continues on.
Yes, it does.
Well, help me out here.
That's typically how it goes. You have the timeline, so.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Because I just accidentally deleted it. If somebody can get me the iPad out of the lobby, that would be great. I've been struggling for 5 minutes. So, I'm sorry, folks. I literally have a timeline written down of notes, and then I guess my hand hit it, and I totally deleted everything. So I'm just going off a memory of what we all saw here.
So anyway, in the meantime, Avengers Endgame spoiler talk. Welcome to Bombs Away.
No, we can go on. So now we are introduced to our aliens.
Yes.
Right?
And weird looking they are.
They are like from a medieval times?
Yes, I can film today, but I have a shift at 6 p.m.
Yes.
I'm the knight that loses.
Right? Now this, they're like overly effeminate, like medieval times workers.
Yeah, and
behind a pipe and drape set.
But yeah, just
it's just drape.
It's curtains and antique furniture. So I don't know. They got woodworking on their planet because someone's making those. Our like leader of the aliens is like literally wearing like a knight costume. Like it has like a halberd on the center of it. Everyone else has lightning bolts, and he has a halberd. So it's an odd. Dick Cheney made an odd wardrobe choice there.
and so he basically says that you've been introduced to Plan 9.
Yeah.
Right? And Plan 9 is basically the aliens' plan to resurrect the dead.
Yes.
Right? In order to warn the human race that they're about to mess up hard.
Yeah. They have to get all the Infinity Stones and wipe out all of Earth to save the rest of the universe.
One would hope, but that's not actually how that goes down.
Yeah.
So basically, what's explained to us in a later scene, but we can get into it now, is that there's a device called the Solanite.
Solanite.
Right?
Yeah.
And the Solanite will one day... humans will create it. Of course, they've already created it.
Yeah, they've already got it. They're like, one day you guys will figure it out and you'll blow us up. But don't worry, it's safe with us. These aliens that came and attacked your planet, we're sure not going to just blow your sun up.
No. So, the Solanite is a device in which basically it would take power from the sun.
Yes.
And then... I guess blow the Earth up.
Well, yeah, they explain it as like, and this plays totally into post World War II paranoia about nuclear war and everything like that. And Ed Wood was very anti-war, which is like, this movie's really progressive at the end, as you see, where he just talks about, why is it okay for you guys to kill a bunch of people to prevent something and we can't? Which is like, whoa, goddamn. Yeah. This plays into the paranoia that came, post World War II, throughout the 50s and the 60s of just being scared of what we could do now. And they explain, like, we figured out how to just blow water up. So, I mean, it's a logical conclusion that we could just blow light up, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
What I find is interesting about this thing is that, like, when he explains it to them later, there's never a time when he's like, well, here's the positive side of it. Here's what you could do with it. Here's what you could learn from it. Like, we already learned it, and we're not we're not war bearing people like you are.
Yeah.
But instead he's just like, y'all are stupid,
and you're just gonna blow us up.
Right?
I mean, but maybe he looked back, 10 years and kind of saw we just do typically just blow people up. So
yeah, touche. He goes on to basically say, execute your plan. You got 3 spaceships to do it.
Yeah,
and then they go and just show up on Earth and just start flying around.
Yeah,
like there's no like, let's do it in the surprise. There's no let's raise the dead and have them kind of be the first wave of this.
No. They're just like, just show up on their front door. They'll let you in. They have to.
But what we learn later is that, like, they've been sending the messages for a while, even knowing that they got them, because they're like, pretty sure that you kind of found the translating device, or you made it. So
yeah, way to leave us on red, assholes. No, I love the scene when it's like the paranoia of the saucers flying over Hollywood, and that newspaper keeps showing up, and it's the same newspaper each time.
You mean where the guy sees the spaceships in the air and has like alcohol and is just like, I'm done with this.
I like when it's just like I don't know why they didn't get like farther out shots of Hollywood, but there's just that that UFO that flies really close to the CBS headquarters, and it just makes me think like if it would have crashed into it, we never would have gotten Big Bang Theory. So you know, thanks Ed Wood.
And now the military shows up with a bunch of stock footage.
Yes. The man stands in front of a like a white curtain that's supposed to represent the military, I guess.
And they're shooting them. There's explosions in the sky. And
Look, Zero, they're celebrating us. They're not celebrating, they're shooting. I don't know why Jack Skellington sounds like Jerry Seinfeld.
What's the deal with these shooters?
They fire every single thing we have in the United States artillery, apparently, and don't hit it once. And then that's after firing everything, that's when the general's like, it's not working. Better look away from my binoculars now.
And then him and like
just
soldier,
some grunt.
Yeah, it's straight up like, yeah, sir, we didn't hit him and we didn't get him. And he goes, yeah, that's okay because we're supposed to deny this anyway.
Yeah. What's your name? Private Smith. I've been on for 1 day. Yeah. Anyway, here's some classified information. We've known about these UFOs forever. You better shut up about that.
And he just immediately was like, shut up about what? I didn't see nothing. Neither did the millions of people over LA.
Yeah. It's like, Disneyland must be launching their fireworks early today. This is new nighttime spectacular. This movie is very weird about the way that confidential information operates. It's like later on, that guy's giving that confidential file. He's like, yeah, read over that on the plane. In front of everyone. It's cool.
Don't mention the Russia stuff. That's redacted. And then so they don't hit them, and then the aliens, they go away.
They're just like, you know what, if you guys don't want us, fine. Just like saunter off. We got visited by the alcoholic planet, apparently, because those guys cannot fly whatsoever.
And then at this point, Tor rises from the grave.
He tries to. There's a clip in Ed Wood where he's trying to get out and like a bunch of cast members have to come and help him out. But no, he genuinely could not get out of what he was climbing out of. He falls twice, and then the scene cuts, and then it just cuts to him. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah. And so now he's walking around, and the initial alien plan didn't work, so now the leader of the aliens is like, hey, I'm going to take 2 ships from you, because I need them.
Downsizing. Budget cuts.
And then he's like, I want you to send Bella Legosi, zombie, after the woman.
Yeah, try and get him.
But that's not really the plan. He's like, I want him to invade a house, I want him to scare a girl, and then I would like you to disintegrate him.
Yeah. It's really weird, and she's laying. They're flying a plane in. Again, the day and night thing is just insane in this. The guy is so distracted flying a plane full of people, which is upsetting too. It's just like, oh man.
No, he just sits there.
Yeah, he's just like. And his friends, his co-pilot's basically like, yeah, you gonna fly this thing or not? Because I'm doing all the work here. But he's like, you should call your wife just to make sure she's okay. He's like, oh yeah. So it's very clearly daytime, right? They're saying call her right now.
Wait, hold on. We missed pillow talk.
Oh yeah.
Before this, they have an entire scene where they're like, I'm worried about the graveyard, I'm worried about the aliens, and she's like, it's okay. I have your pillow to keep me company, right? And then it continues to go, sometimes in the night I reach over and I touch it.
Anyway, if I get too lonely, I heard the Tinglers playing down the street. I'm going to go check that out.
And he just goes, crazy girl.
Ooh, pillow husband.
She's got like one of those man pillows with the arm.
She also makes a comment that, like, 2 comments she makes that I don't know if it's just her delivery or what, but they just sound so innuendo-filled. She's like, I'll make sure I lock the back door. And then he's like, oh, And then she's like, I'll make sure I lock the side door.
I'm not getting what you're doing about, sweetheart.
I'm not it's my hair.
Does this mean you're gonna push the beds together tonight?
Which she very clearly does not lock the side door because Bella Legosi just saunters into her home.
You mean Ed Wood's wife's chiropractor?
Yes, yeah.
Because at this point,
that's who it is. Yeah.
Way taller, can't show his face. Blah blah blah. Right? Yeah, there is a scene where Bela Lugosi's in full Dracula getup, like he has the medallion and everything.
Yeah, because he kept the costume after the film, and Ed Wood just told him, "Show up in that. It'll make sense. We're gonna just have you stand in front of one tombstone and a tree and just throw your robe around while you just like twirl there, and do theatrics. Thanks for the shots. You can die now."
Yeah, and so. Now, there's an investigation going on in the graveyard. There is the Bela Legosi terrorizing this woman.
Yeah, who he slowly walks into her bed. He's like stands there at the edge of the bed, like pondering, like, am I gonna climb over this? Nah, she'll just walk around it towards me.
So she runs out into the graveyard, then runs out on the side of the road, and then just some cowboy shows up and just picks her up and leaves.
Yeah, score!
Hey, free woman!
I'm not sleeping with the horses tonight. I heard the groans.
and so now the alien race has basically been like, you failed. I want you to terminate the old man.
Yeah, he's like, the old man's no use to us. He just wants morphine. Get him out of here.
And so he's like, I want you to disintegrate the old man and prove to the humans that we're real. Which I'm like, we know.
Yeah, but it's also to prove to it's like, I don't know, it's like the only...
Kind of prove their power.
Yeah, it's the only smart part of the movie because they're like, make the humans think that they can actually hurt us when they can't. Because, like, you see he gets shot a bunch of times and then they disintegrate him. So it's like, you know?
Okay. I thought it was to prove that, like, we can turn you into a science class skeleton.
No one in this movie's ever seen a skeleton before either. They're all like, I've never seen that. Where does that come from? It's in you. It's inside me right now.
Get it out of me!
Get it out! I want to be a jelly man.
So, yes, Bela Lugosi shows up to their house and basically just slow walks to them.
And they all watch as he murders a man. they all just sit there and it's like reaction shots on all of them as they watch as this vampire stalks this police officer. And they're like, whatever, we don't really like him anyways. He's new to the force.
Karate chops him.
Yeah.
But karate chops him being like, I still can't show my face.
Well, no, he karate chops him and then his cloak falls down and then he's like, like pops the collar back up and he's like, all right, cool.
Ruining my image, God.
I wish I had a clip of it though, but another one of my favorite moments is when Bela Legosi starts coming towards him and they're in the backyard. One of the dudes straight up just like shoves one of the wicker chairs like with full force across it, and it just slides first like out of the scene. Everyone in this movie does not know how to use a gun.
You mean the detective who's just like, yeah, I'm gonna put this up to my chin. I'm gonna dangle it around.
Yeah, guys. Anyway, we gotta find the.
Tyler's miming. For those at home, Tyler's miming a gun in his mouth.
Yeah. No, it is scary. Everyone in this gun, everyone in this movie has their finger on the trigger the entire time while they're like talking to each other. It's like, anyway, it's just like.
So, piece of trivia: the detective. That was like basically holding the gun up to it, like pointing it in his face and all around. Literally was doing that to test Ed Wood to see if he'd be like, "Cut! What are you doing?"
Oh, right. So he's just sabotaging the movie.
Yes.
Wow, he just made himself look like an idiot in the process.
He's being that guy.
Oh God.
Yes. Being like, I'm going to show him. No.
No.
You looked bad.
Yeah,
is what
you
happened.
just looked at, they're willing to shoot anyone at any time and talk with their guns at each other.
Sir, if you were still alive, you would know that we're praising Ed Wood. We're making fun of you right now.
Yeah. You jackass. So yeah, Bela Legosi becomes skeleton-fied. It just like he falls to the ground, and then that's the reveal. It's just it's just, anyway, let's go to the graveyard.
Yeah.
No big deal. There's a skeleton on the porch.
I also like how the aliens they control the zombies with electrode guns, is what they call them.
Yeah.
But it's
definitely not Buck Rogers like metal toy guns from the toy store that they're carrying in their hands.
Right? But I don't understand the physics of the gun because apparently
I understand the sound effects though.
Yeah. But if you drop the gun, it just doesn't work anymore. So I'm not quite sure how that works.
Yeah, that was weird. Also, how does an electro gun jam? There's nothing to jam.
I got one of the bullet casings in it again.
Oh, we wired it for AC, not DC. Damn. Shocked myself.
Yeah, they control them that way, but it seems like they can also control them by like devices in their spaceship and things like that. So like the electro gun thing just goes out the window.
Yeah, after they don't work, they're like, well, these don't work, whatever. Right in the trash where they belong.
And so now, like all our main characters, humans-wise, have like convened at the graveyard, and they basically have a thing where it's like, the female stays here.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Weird moment.
What was the line where they're just like, modern women? God, they want to be protected now?
Which is, that line is just baffles me because if you know anything about Ed Wood, he was very interested in women. He, as you saw in the clip, constantly cross-dressed. He was very into.
He made Glenn or Glenda before this, right?
Yes, and Glenn or Glenda is like his like magnum opus story of how he personally felt, and like God, 50s people are
so
stupid
shitty.
Because holy shit, is it on the surface in that movie? And it was like this guy likes to dress like a girl. Weird.
Moving on.
Hey, we're a church. We'd like to fund your movie.
And so it goes on though because like they double down in the scene of being like modern women, and then they're like, you stay in the car, right, with the police officer, and she goes, I guess I don't like it, but I really don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's how we like it. We're gonna go do the man stuff.
She said the right thing. Let's go. And so they find the spaceship, which has like a weird ladder for some reason.
It's a fire escape. They don't use it though, because they just burn alive.
Well, the shape of the spaceship doesn't make any sense in comparison to the saucers that we've seen.
It's just a big square in the middle of this like graveyard. Yeah, it's like four walls, or it's like two sets of walls to make a right angle.
It looks like a battleship.
Yeah.
And so they
I don't like that.
They
ladder.
let them the what?
That ladder is just so confusing to me.
They let them in, and then they explain the whole solenoid thing, right? And then the alien woman freaks out, and then proceeds to like get hit by the alien male, and then another completely sexist line,
really doubling down again,
tripling.
It's like, on our planets, women don't speak. Damn it! It's just like, God,
they're supposed to procreate the race, is what he actually says.
Yes. On our planet, where we're much more advanced, women still have no role in the military. Shut up. It's like, God damn. Glad to see the 1950 sensibilities followed it across the galaxy.
You're lucky I'll let you drive the spaceship. So,
women spaceship drivers, am I right?
That's why it was on fire.
Oh no!
And so they have a fight, and then my favorite is how like he's just arrogant and pompous when basically Brock Meat Hunk is like, when we get the Solonite, then we'll be the strongest country in the galaxy, and why would that be a problem? And he straight up just flips out on him. He's just like, you're stupid. You're so stupid. Stupid. You idiot. You asshole. And then Brock Meat Hunt's like, I don't have to take this shit. Nobody calls me stupid. He's like, oh, by the way, the kid's gone. It's fine.
Yeah, it's cool. I saw her leave, so I can say a bad word.
Yeah. Let's get it all out. Shit, damn it. God.
Yes. That alien is
They're like, we'll just listen when we get home. Oh, no.
It's just not for me. That and my mom are the fan page, like, it's just not for me fan page.
The Bombs Away Not For Me fan page.
Yeah.
For 10-year-olds and Tyler's mom.
And my mom, yeah. No, but it's so, that whole scene is so funny, because, again, this movie has some nuance to it, and it's just always, like, thrown away as the worst movie ever made, but there's just some stuff to it that's just like, that was completely intentional. It's hilarious. He's like, you brutish earthlings, all you know how to do is blow things up and fight. Shut up! No one talks about us like that.
Nobody throws nuance around in this film.
I don't like the smart stuff. You touch a machine, I'll shoot you.
Yeah, right. It just blows up the machine. Doesn't know what it is.
Doesn't do anything either. Apparently it's bulletproof.
And then they just get into a fight. Well, they're holding this scene right here, this whole him holding the woman. They're showing him, they're like, look, I got this girl hostage, and if I wanted to, you can do stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to. But I could.
But Tor Johnson's not going to do jack shit. He's just going to stand there still for some reason for 10 minutes
out of breath.
Hope no one hits me with a little stick.
Oh, no, heavy stick. That's what he really said.
Yeah. Those two cops, the Detective Doofy. It's like, I don't know why the first thing comes to mind, like, ah, man, they're bulletproof. Probably not stick-proof, though, right? Proceeds to smack him in the back of the head with a stick of bamboo that they found.
And then the alien's like, yeah, because the machine's off. Yeah, it's totally off.
Yeah.
I could get it. If I wanted him to stand back up, he could stand back up. I know he could.
And it's just like, thwack, thud. It just like drops that girl 5 feet to the ground. She's like, I'm fine, really. I'm good. You guys go get the others. Yeah. It's cool.
So they have a fight, right? Because I don't quite. Anybody remember what causes the fight? Like it's just like there's a struggle or something. Somebody comes in or something.
The two cops do.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. So
You're
yeah,
welcome.
and then they have a fight. And catches the ship on fire, but the detective during the fight is just standing at the door watching, and then goes, "Better get out of here! There's a fire." You seen the fire?
Yeah, that's a fire. You guys should leave.
So they run out, right?
Not really.
No.
They all leave, and Brock Hunk Beef stands there for a long time in the fire. It's just like, he's like taunting the guy that he's very clearly defeated.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah. Oh shit, I should probably leave.
Yeah, we gonna make that Solonite.
Spits on him.
America.
We're gonna blow the sun up if we want to. Right. They proceed to leave, and then the ship just is like, yeah, we don't worry about putting out the fire. We'll just fly away. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Through the sky.
That ship blows up, and then the woman, the wife goes, yeah, did anybody catch that that female zombie? And they're like, yeah, we'll get her. End of movie.
they show
Plan 10.
Tor Johnson on the ground. They reveal
the
again,
skeleton.
Skeleton again. I don't know. It's like the second one you've seen today. They're like, what about that female one? Nah, probably a skeleton too. I can see now waste. The wind probably blew her over. We're good.
And then it has Criswell again, and
will anyone ever believe it? Did it really ever happen? Anyway, here's the credits. Thank you. We don't validate parking.
and that's the movie.
Yeah.
So
We were talking about this while the movie was running, but it opens a lot of anomalies that I think are great. It's just like the aliens basically told us about a device that could destroy the universe that we were probably so far off from figuring out, but they're like, hey, here you go. If you want to do it, here's the knowledge. Oh, damn.
it's fine. I told Purik Mikon.
He was too dumb. He's just a choir boy.
I think they called it the solar. I don't know.
I think it was a solar panel. Yeah, that's what it was. Put it on your house.
And that's how we got solar panels.
Whoa! And that man was Elon Musk. We'll get back and then we'll shoot a Tesla into space.
I can save some miners if you like.
Pedal,
So,
man.
ladies and gentlemen, what we do on the show to wrap it up is there's a couple things that we do. One is that everybody's familiar with the series of Jaws movies, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys have
say
seen
yes, it's
a
fine.
shark, you know, Michael Caine.
Oh, that's a theme song?
Oh, no, it's like this. Jaws, it's a shark. Watch out.
That's very 70s disco. I like it. Jaws.
Master of the ocean.
So, if you are familiar with the Jaws series at all, is like you have Jaws 1, which is great, and then they just kind of decline in quality till you get Jaws the Revenge.
Really quickly.
Right? So this is how we score our movies. So, Tyler, what would you give
Jaws
this?
1.
Jaws 1? It's a masterpiece?
Yeah, I love this movie so much.
I mean, but you're taking that seriously?
Oh, dead
That
serious.
is-
Dead serious. I love this movie.
Okay.
And again, if you put this up against a lot of Ed Wood's other stuff, it makes a lot of sense. After this, his career was a roller coaster of film because he went on to make 1960s equivalent of softcore porn. That's what he just started making after that. I think his next movie's called like Orgy of Blood or something like that.
Orgy of the Dead.
Orgy of the Dead. There we go. And there is just.
I mean, because that's where I want my orgies. Let me tell you.
Hey. Gotta get them before the maggots do. So there's in that film there's scenes upon scenes upon scenes of just women twirling their breasts. And that's all the movie is really. So this is a masterpiece compared to what he did later.
Awesome. I would say Jaws 3. Yeah.
Is that the one at the like SeaWorld? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
With Leah Thompson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Howard the Duck.
Yeah. So that's how we thought about it, but there's still some people that we haven't heard from, right?
Yeah.
There's something that we like to do on the show is Tyler's fiance is in the audience. So we like to get her opinion because usually at home when they're watching a film together, she is around. I mean, it's like inevitable. So we like.
It's very unfortunate.
We'd
We've
like
seen
to,
so many bad movies.
Yeah. But we like to get an opinion from her. So Carly, what did you think?
If I could give this a Jaws 7, I would.
Well, that's known as Cruel Jaws.
Okay.
Jaws 5, a.k.a. Cruel Jaws, is an Italian Jaws film, so that's what we go for.
I just feel like Vampira was just in this movie. Like, did she film every scene she was in just at the same time? Just like,
that reminds me. I like the part where they're having the funeral and she's just off to the side watching, just like in a tree.
It's Ghost Cuck Wife. She likes to watch.
there was no script in this movie. Did they just show up and they were just like, whatever you want to say, just say it? Like the aliens?
Yeah.
What were they saying? Every time they were talking, I was like, did I just have a stroke? What did they just say? Nothing made sense. Nothing made sense.
That's accurate. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what Carly thought. But we want to go out to the audience. Does anybody have any questions? Anything that we haven't brought up yet? Anybody? Anything that you want us to address?
Oh, someone.
We got one.
Jonathan typically does this part. I forgot. Your name?
Your name? Yeah.
You would cast as. Oh, I don't know. God.
As the leader of the aliens.
Yeah. Who would you cast as the leader of the aliens?
It's probably cliche, but Nick Cage.
Damn.
Nick Cage is.
What plan is this?
The guy won Best Actor. I mean, I think he could handle it.
What happened to the first 8 plans? The first plan's to get the Declaration of Independence.
There are 2 things of note, but one I think that's very important is what do you think the actual plan, like what was the goal? Because they're flying over Hollywood, they're printed in the paper, they're sending out their old man to be disintegrated so they can warn us of the solar benite bomb, but then they're complaining about like how they don't want to be seen and they're asking if they have been seen and they have to eliminate the people because they can't be aware of the aliens' existence, but then they're complaining that the government is denying their existence. So what exactly is the end goal? What are they are they trying to be seen or not?
To confuse you, sir.
Subtlety is not their forte there. It's like, no, it's sauce. It's cool.
Well, what it seems is that the reason why it's called Plan 9 from outer space is because, just like you described, it's the first 8 plans all in one.
Yeah. Plan 1, fly over Hollywood. Check. Got it.
Yeah.
Plan 10, go home, microwave some macaroni.
Also, like you're not gonna resurrect more than 3 people. Like,
it's really hard, okay? Yeah, they were like, you know what?
Yeah, but he's old. Screw that guy. Get rid of him. Disintegrate him.
We hate those old people.
Why did you choose the old guy of the hot chick?
We wanted a husband and wife team. We didn't feel that they should be broken apart. Aww, how sweet.
Well, I mean, there was sundown was going on his heart, so we really needed it.
All right.
Anybody else?
Questions?
Anybody got some questions?
Oh, right here.
Go for it.
All right. Your name? Joe. All right, and Joe. Who? Oh man, I don't know.
Just keep doing. Who would you cast?
Who would you cast as the main alien?
The main alien. Well, they already said Nick Cage, so wait, the head alien or like the other guy?
The medieval one, or the one that really feels like the leader, you know, because he has more lines and everything.
Yeah.
Any of the aliens, go for it.
Off the top of my head, I'm really thinking, I don't know, Josh Brolin, only because to say those silly lines is like really serious. You're so stupid. You're stupid. I don't know.
You can do it in the Thanos voice with like the Infinity Gauntlet. You're stupid. Goodbye. All right, any question?
Oh yeah. This is just more in general for the podcast, and I don't think I'm going to be able to ask this again, so I figure I might as well. You guys talk a lot about Clint Howard on the...
Yes!
What is the likelihood that he would ever be on here? Like, ballpark, what do you think the odds are?
None, because he probably hates us.
Mom, they asked me to be on the show. Should I come on the show?
They talked about me in the live show.
I have fans. They asked about me on the show. They want me there. Mom, can I go?
Could you try and say I'm a dying child in a hospital somewhere?
You know what? We will try. We'll do a live show of Ice Cream Man, and we'll get him to come out and be up there with us.
So for those who are unfamiliar, we have this ongoing joke in which we believe that Clint Howard is just like given favors by his brother Ron, and like is so absolutely proud that he like has to run and tell his mom, and like his mom actually gives him permission to be in the film.
Yeah. We because if you didn't know, Clint Howard is in like every single Ron Howard movie for some reason. He always has a part
because his mom's like, you put him in the film.
So yes, Ron Howard or Clint Howard, maybe. It'll happen. Anyone else?
I'm just over here being like, somebody listen to the show.
It's not just Carly. Anyone else? Any other questions? No?
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
there's one. Hold on.
They just keep coming.
All right. Same thing. You get the deal. Your name.
You can cast anybody in any role.
Any role. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, my name is Mary, and I think it would be interesting if like the meathead character was like a Ryan Reynolds type.
Ooh, that is good. They did try to remake this movie a few years ago, and it like never got off its feet. Oh, did it come out?
It's called Plan Pikachu.
Detective 9. All right, in your question.
Okay, so if the budget was $60,000, but in that time, wouldn't that be like $3 million? And how much did they pay like Vampira? Was this a pro bono?
Ma'am, I'm not
pro
a
boner. I'm sorry, that was so lame.
I'm not a mathologist. I don't know these things. I don't know inflation. But
we should have checked on that. But that, yes, $65,000 in '59 was a ton of money. But I don't know. A lot of it probably did go to paying for Vampira, for paying to pretend that Bela Lugosi's in the film.
For the black scrims behind all the vehicles.
Yes. To pay to park the vehicle in Pee-wee's bike garage. So just $500,000?
Yeah, it's like $486,000.
Oh, so it's still pretty low. Okay.
Yeah, it's still
so low,
it's
right?
like a Netflix film now.
Yeah, then. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't catch
Bela
that.
Legosi took all the money to buy morphine with it or something like that. Yeah. She was saying that it doesn't make much sense because it seems like it would be so much cheaper to buy a house than to fund a movie, but. Yeah, I don't know. He just squandered it, apparently.
Well, some people have priorities.
I would rather make this movie.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
We're all living in Tor Johnson's house, which is the house that they filmed Bella in front of. So.
Yes, yeah. All right, anything else? Or hold your peace. Oh, more. Oh, my God. All right, we're going to take one more.
Just me again. I just changed my mind. I think Ian McKellen would be perfect for the head alien.
Ian McKellen. Ooh, okay.
I don't have an Ian McKellen impression. I'm sorry. I don't.
Oi, governor! There you go. Thank you.
What?
Is he English?
No!
Oh, I was thinking of Patrick Stewart.
But still, like, it's not the Cockney.
Who's Palpatine in Star Wars? Was it Ian Malcolm?
Yes.
Dr. Ian Malcolm. Yes.
No. I'm sorry. That's the Force.
All right. Last question.
It's not so much a question as much as I think it's very important to note that the very advanced civilization shows up in a bulletproof, rocket-proof UFO, and then ends up getting destroyed.
Fully
The
engulfed in
leader
flames.
rips off a piece of the communication device, and the whole thing just catches fire.
Yeah, bulletproof. It's almost like most aliens in every film are subdued by some stupid thing from Earth, like the common cold or water that's sitting all over your house for some reason because Abigail Breslin won't drink it. Just most things. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for
Thank
your
you.
questions and comments.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one last thing that we have to do. We've heard from you, we've heard from Carly, you've heard from us, but the internet's a weird place.
Now we got to hear from some people.
Now we got to hear from some people who had a completely different opinion of how this movie should go down. These people are 5 and 10 star reviews pulled from Amazon or IMDb. Okay? So these people, we ask, can you give me 5? This first one is from Dancer15, written in 1999, titled, "Let's Break a Spear for It." What?
I don't know.
Meanwhile, Tyler finds these. I've never read these before. I'm going to experience them like you guys do. So, let's break a spear for it. I will focus my comments on the meaning of a film and the passion of Ed Wood. Many people classify Plan 9 as the worst/best film ever made. Perhaps any of them had a good reason to think so, but if there is someone to whom this film gave anything, then this film has the reason to be made.
What? This Tor Johnson wrote this.
I believe that Ed Wood was great because with no resources and a lot of work, he made his dream real, to make films, following his passion. Many of us spend our life only dreaming of it. Instead, he did it. Perhaps he hadn't talent, but as others said here, his result is equal to many other more budgeted films. When I see Plan 9, I laugh, and this isn't what Ed wanted.
I'm sorry, Ed.
I like any kind of dementia film, and I think it's one not to lose. 10 stars.
I wrote that in it when I was 6 years old on IMDb.
Don't laugh at it.
Don't laugh. I too am an asshole for laughing.
So we have one more.
This one is a doozy.
Okay.
I would say let's.
So it's lengthy. So pardon this, but is it worth it? Okay.
Right. The ending is a wild ride.
Holy shit! The title. It's written by Majestic Meteor in August 2010, titled "I'd Do Her."
Which one?
Of course, this drivel is a 10, and anybody that says it's not shall turn into a skeleton in an instant. That being said, I must admit that this is the most hokey film that I love to love, simply for the audacity of its poor quality mostly throughout. Its hollowed lower rank status among the forerunners of Hollywood alien/atomic cafe clunkers is legend. Here, you have at one hand some somewhat solid scenes delivering into the tried and true, quote, yes, we were military, no, there are flying saucers, but it's unwise to panic the populace, quote, scenes. God, this is a mouthful.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just wait till that end.
And at approximately 43 minutes and 10 seconds, there's mention of the human to alien language translation computer. And I'm wondering if that's one of the first mentions of computer in cinema.
Wow, amazing. They said the word.
Ones and zeros, ones and zeros. Just like I'm typing right here in this review. Regardless, later on, the humans and aliens are talking a blue streak of script, and nary an earpiece is evident for the translation. God, people are so full of themselves online.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to say not. Nary. Cool.
Nary. I don't even want to go there when it comes to the freaky small waist of the vampire freak woman, but let's just say I'd do her.
Yeah, that's the title.
Wait. No, I gotta finish this sentence. You guys laughed too fast.
Yeah, just get ready. Buckle up.
But let's just say I'd do her if the airline pilot's wife wasn't available.
Hold on, we're just climbing the hill of that roller coaster.
And that's another thing. In that, the airline pilot's wife apparently plays both his wife and also an alien on board a flying saucer? And also an alien, and what an alien she is. Darn, she's got thighs and a butt that won't stop. It's like the roller coaster scene from Fear.
Just wait, here comes the loop.
And of course, a 50s era brassiere that's pointing those knockers at attention. Sadly, there's only a bit of woman barefoot action in this flick. Did Tarantino write this?
If only Uma's feet were in film.
We're almost there, guys. Sadly, there's only a bit of woman barefoot action in this flick. How much is out there in the world?
Oh, have you seen From Dusk Till Dawn?
It could have lasted longer, but of course the scene lost continuity and her bare feet were suddenly covered up again, even though she was asleep and not shifting in bed. Darn you, Mr. Ed Wood. Sincerely, Chauncey Sonny Erlington III. My favorite review that we've ever done on this show.
Signing off, the foot fetish film reviewer. 10 toes out of 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've had a good time tonight, let me hear you make some noise. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You can find us online at Bombs Away Show, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please take a listen on your favorite podcast app. We'll be out in the lobby and we can talk to you all about this film as we go. We do have to clear out this theater because another film is starting at 11. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Join us for Running Man, May 24th.
Back in time.
Yeah. And we'll see you then. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?